In this area, we of course have the people from Siksika, our relatives in the east. We have part of the Confederacy, the Tsuut'ina, formerly known amongst our people as the Saxequaks. And then we have the Skinipikani, the North Pagans, and then my people, the Kanak, and that's the Blood tribe. And then we have the Amskapi Pikani, which means the South Pagans. So the Blackfoot Confederacy comprises of the 4 or 5 main tribes. These are our special people, and we're going to bring them in front of you so that you could see. That's how we used to bring honor to our relatives. Oh, all right. You could stand up and bring honor to our relatives. Oh.
Because life is too short. In a blink of an eye, our world could change. Mine did. And I gave thanks to God for being here, the Creator. He created those beautiful trees. He created our beautiful Mother Earth on which we stand on. We are caregivers, all of us, every single one of us, has a responsibility to Mother Earth, that she is continuously protected and that we don't harm her. But we have to give a little bit more respect and a little bit more consideration, because this planet is going to be here for a long time and we need to save it. We need to save it for future generations, for everything that's living. The birds, the animals, we are the caregivers of everything that was given to us by the Creator.
As Jason mentioned, both Suncore Energy and Imperial are pleased to co-sponsor this event for the 2nd year to honour and recognise this opportunity. It is also a reminder that we must truly listen and learn to work closely with Aboriginal communities. This can only happen if we take the time to develop relationships, to build respect and trust.
Thank you, and good afternoon and welcome everybody. It's often said that youth are our future, and the key that opens the door to a successful future for our youth is education.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Jamie Medicine Crane and I come from Kainai and Piikani nations of the Blackfoot Territory. It's such a wonderful time to be here with all of you, and it's so important to have gatherings like this, and it really shows how a community could come together when we have tragedies such as the flood that we had last year, and the blessings that we have from the community, the love that we hold together. So this is my partner, Kurt Young.
Hello everybody, how you guys doing today?
Hear me, I am a child before you, one of your many creations. I am small and weak. I need your strength and wisdom to help me walk in beauty and make my eyes forever behold the red and purple sunset. Make me wise so I may understand what you have taught my people, the lessons you have hidden in every leaf and rock. I seek strength, not to be greater than my brother, but to fight my greatest enemy, myself. My spirit may come to you without shame.
He starred in a blockbuster movie. It won all kinds of awards, and we're so tickled by it that it's just cool. And a lot of us people, you know, we see that in the big screen, and it does huge things for our people. So let's give Justin Rain a big round of applause as he joins us here.
Thank you everyone for coming out and supporting this beautiful event, as well as the beautiful weather. I sent the big guy up there a text and I was like, send the sun please. So as you can see, it's on the way. You're welcome. I developed a really severe drug addiction early on, from grade 8 on into my senior year, 12. And one of the reasons I believe that happened via therapy was the absence of my father. Has anyone ever Googled Native American or First Nations and had the images pop up? You see all these elders come up and they just seem so strong and dignified, and they hold a sense of strength. Coming out of that hospital, you know, I had to assess a lot of elements of my life and make a lot of changes, and it wasn't easy. It was very difficult, and I don't think I could have done it with the guy up there and my mother and the sweat lodge that I was taken into to battle those demons of mine. And looking at those photos, when I see them, or when I walk into a building and they're on the wall, or even listening to the elder this morning share her beautiful story with us, she holds the strength, they hold the strength. And one of the reasons I stopped drinking and using drugs and substance is basically a tribute and a respect to my ancestors, because there was a time, I really believe it, that substance and alcohol didn't exist in our world at all. And I'm happy to be here with all of you as a respect to that, as a respect to this week in the Aboriginal awareness. And I'm really happy.
The greatest mayor in the world, Mayor Nenshi.
Well, wasn't that great? Thank you, Justin, for that beautiful testimony, and thank you for sparing us all from the shirtless ceremony. So elders, supporters, friends, where's Victoria? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. For our friends from Imperial and from Suncor, Hart and Rebecca, to Young Medicine, to the Blackfoot Confederacy drummers, and I see that Minister Teresa Wupa has joined us. Thank you for being here. Thank you all for being here. I always look forward to spending some time with you all at this ceremony, kicking off Aboriginal Awareness Week. So, oh, I forgot to say all my relations. But this year is particularly special for me. I had the opportunity a couple of months ago to attend the final meeting of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission in Edmonton. At that time, I did something that is unprecedented in City of Calgary's modern history. I'm about to read you a proclamation for Aboriginal Awareness Week, and I do proclaim a lot of days and a lot of weeks, but I did something that we've never done before, which is I proclaimed a year. So this year, 2014 to 2015, on behalf of my City Council colleagues and the citizens of Calgary, has been declared the Year of Reconciliation. And that is part of the gesture of reconciliation made by the people of the City of Calgary. And I hope that we'll use this year to not just reconcile about residential schools and about the past, but also use this year as an opportunity for all of us to think about the future and how we move together into the future as all nations building a community together. Now, after having just said that this was a year for us to look forward, I do want to look backwards for a moment. I'm glad it's not raining. Because, of course, we're in the week of the anniversary this week, and Of course, we are all a little bit nervous and a little bit on edge, but we're also looking forward to commemorating on Friday at City Hall the year that we've had. And on Saturday, we're calling it Neighbor Day. And we're using that as an opportunity for all of us to come together and celebrate the community spirit that we've seen throughout this area over the last year. And I've talked a lot about communities coming together in Calgary and in High River. I've also talked a lot, but I want to remind us that Calgarians did not forget about our First Nations relations and neighbors living in Siksika and Stoney over the last year. About 300 families on reserve were displaced from their homes in those communities. And this year's theme for Aboriginal Awareness Week is community and humanity. It's a beautiful theme, isn't it? And it's all about recognizing all of us who've been working together over the last year to help our neighbors in need, Aboriginal and non-Aboriginal alike. And I'm really proud to be part of a community that does that. And I want to just say, in addition to individual volunteers, a special thank you to corporate Calgary, to nonprofit organizations, and to faith communities. People across the city collected food, clothing, and cleaning items to share with our neighbors upstream and downstream from Calgary. Companies donated gift cards for food, gas, and personal items. Employees pooled their resources to collect camping supplies for people displaced by the rising waters. People used their personal vehicles to make donations to make sure that everything arrived at Siksika and Stoney for the residents who were there. I spent a lot of time speaking with chiefs and council in both of those places over the last year to make sure that we were all working together. We learned something over the course of the last year. I think something that we always knew, but that we were reminded of over the course of the last year. And that is that what makes us successful as a community is not the fact that there are carbon atoms under the ground somewhere nearby. What really makes us successful as a community is that we figured something out here. Something that seems all too absent in this broken world of ours. And that's just this, that we're all in it together. That our neighbor's strength is our strength, that our neighbor's pain is our pain, that every single one of us has a stake in every single other one of us. And every single one of us has a duty and an obligation to make sure that every single one of us, regardless of what we look like, or where we live, or where we came from, or how we worship, or whom we love, that every single one of us should have the chance right here, right now, to live a great Canadian life. That's what we're about. That's what we're about as a community. Here in this place, we have the ability to make a place that works for everyone. And that's really what we've learned over the last year, what we've been reminded over the last year, and what we will continue to build. A future together for First Nations people, for non-First Nations people, for all of us to be able to have opportunity and to be able to, right here, right now, live that great Canadian life. That's what we're all about. Each year in June, Aboriginal Awareness Week is held in Calgary to increase awareness of Aboriginal people and to celebrate their unique diversity and culture. This is an opportunity for all Calgarians to experience a variety of cultural events hosted by an alliance within the Aboriginal community and service providers along with many non-Aboriginal supporters. Whereas Aboriginal Awareness Week is a celebration of the rich contributions and achievement of Aboriginal people in Calgary. Whereas Aboriginal Awareness Week celebrates Aboriginal heritage and tradition, bringing people together from Aboriginal and non-Aboriginal communities in and around this city. Whereas the First Nations, Inuit, and Métis communities have made and continue to make valuable contributions to the development of Canada. On behalf of City Council and the citizens of Calgary, I hereby proclaim the week of June 15th to 21st, 2014 as Aboriginal Awareness Week. Have a great weekend.